we shift from early warnings straight into signs of accelerated aging. This is what a lack of vital energy looks like when it really starts breaking the body down. We're talking hair loss, tooth loss. You might see a noticeable drop in your hearing. Or maybe you start feeling unsteady or a bit wobbly on your feet. There's also increased forgetfulness and even incontinence or bladder leaks. Now, normally we might just shrug and say, I'm just getting older. But this framework actually draws a direct line between these exact symptoms and a severely empty battery. Your ears, hair, bones, mental sharpness, they're all tied directly to your kidneys here. When the tank runs completely dry, premature aging is what you get.
I worked as a banker for 30 years, but now I work as an acupuncturist.
Welcome to today's explainer. So if you've ever wondered exactly how your body manages its daily energy, you are definitely in the right place. Today we're diving into a core concept from traditional Eastern medicine, but we're going to break it down into something super simple to grasp. Your body is a battery. Because just like your smartphone, your body literally has an internal power source. And honestly, understanding how it charges, how it drains, and what happens when it runs dangerously low, well, that's kind of the secret to staying healthy and actually feeling young as the years tick by.
Right off the bat, let's ask the big question. Why do we feel old and tired? It's pretty much the ultimate everyday mystery, isn't it? I mean, you get 8 hours of sleep, you chug your morning coffee, but you still wake up just dragging your feet. Or maybe you realize you just don't bounce back from a crazy week the way you used to. Aches kind of stick around, fatigue settles deep into your bones, and you start wondering, is this just what getting older feels like? Well, the concepts we're looking at today offer a really clear physical explanation for this. It's not just vaguely aging, it's actually a direct result of what's happening to a very specific type of energy inside of you. So, let's dive into this core concept. It's called Jing. In traditional terms, it translates to vital energy or essence. But for our purposes, think of Jing strictly as your essential fuel. It's that deep internal battery charge that powers literally everything you do and keeps your whole system humming. A good way to look at it is this. If your everyday energy, like what you get from a quick snack or a power nap, is the money in your checking account, Jing is your deep savings account. It's the core life force that dictates your bounce-back ability, your physical growth, and basically how well your body holds up over the long haul. Okay, now that we know what this vital energy actually is, the logical next step is figuring out where it's going. Because we're constantly burning through this energy just going about our daily lives. But sometimes we deplete our reserves way faster than we can restore them. Just think about what happens when you leave a dozen apps running on your phone or if you crank the screen brightness to max all day. The battery just tanks, right? Well, our bodies work exactly the same way. Stress, bad habits, missing out on rest, they all act just like those battery-draining apps. So if we want to stop the drain and protect that deep savings account of energy, we first have to spot the leaks. And according to the text, there are two main culprits behind a low vital energy supply. First up, simply not getting enough nutrients from our food and water. This is how we make our everyday energy. If the raw materials you're eating and drinking just aren't enough to fuel your day, your body is literally forced to dip into those deep battery reserves just to keep you upright. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, is the health and functioning of your kidneys. In this traditional framework, the kidneys are way more than just filters. They're actually the physical anchor, the safe box, if you will, where this vital energy is stored. So if your kidneys aren't in good shape, your overall vital energy takes a massive, massive hit.
Now, this kidney connection is where things get super fascinating. When your vital energy, your Jing, drops, you don't just feel kind of vaguely unwell. Physical symptoms actually start popping up in very specific parts of your body. Why? Well, because those specific parts are structurally linked to the kidneys. Imagine a house where certain rooms are wired directly to one specific fuse box. If that fuse box, the kidney's battery, is running low, the lights in those specific rooms are absolutely going to dim. It's an incredibly logical system once you start seeing how all the dots connect.
Which brings us perfectly to the low battery indicator. Let's talk about the early warning signs. First, you get that general whole-body fatigue, which, makes total sense. The battery's low, so the whole machine runs slower. But look at the next two. A sluggish, heavy feeling in your lower back, and this weakness or heaviness in your legs. Remember how we just talked about the kidneys being the anchor? Well, physically, the lower back is exactly where the kidneys sit, and the legs are the foundation that they support. So when your vital energy is drained, it literally feels like the bottom half of your body is made out of lead. If you've ever felt that dragging heaviness after an insanely stressful week, that is your body flashing a bright red low battery warning right at you. But what happens if you just ignore that low battery warning for too long? Well, we shift from early warnings straight into signs of accelerated aging.
This is what a lack of vital energy looks like when it really starts breaking the body down. We're talking hair loss, tooth loss. You might see a noticeable drop in your hearing. Or maybe you start feeling unsteady or a bit wobbly on your feet. There's also increased forgetfulness and even incontinence or bladder leaks. Now, normally we might just shrug and say, I'm just getting older. But this framework actually draws a direct line between these exact symptoms and a severely empty battery. Your ears, hair, bones, mental sharpness, they're all tied directly to your kidneys here. When the tank runs completely dry, premature aging is what you get.
But hey, this brings us to the ultimate silver lining from the source material. We know a low battery causes all that fatigue, rapid aging, and physical weakness. But let's look at the flip side, having high vital energy. The truly amazing thing about Jing is that you can never have too much of it. Seriously. Unlike, say, certain vitamins where taking too much can make you sick, you literally cannot overcharge this body battery. Building up a massive supply of Jing only ever results in vibrant health, super strong bones, sharp hearing, and just boundless physical energy. It is totally safe and honestly highly recommended to build this energy up as much as humanly possible. So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Are you giving your body the fuel it actually needs to keep your energy high? Take a second to just look at your daily habits. Are you pulling the right nutrients from your food and water? Are you taking care of your kidneys? And importantly, listening to those early warning signs like that random heaviness in your lower back? Because remember, your vital energy really is the foundational fuel for your youth and your daily power. You can't overdo it, so why not start prioritizing your body battery today? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your energy up, and I will see you next time.
I worked as a banker for 30